I want to talk to us about something that I've been thinking about. I don't know, you may never know I might need this video, and I'm just posting it because I really want it to be one of those videos that I look back to remind me how I think you win creatively. Number one is when you literally just take risks. You know, there are so many ideas. I don't know if you're anything like me. I always have like a whole lot of ideas. I would literally edit everything in my brain, imagine the enormity of it, like how beautiful it would look, and like the sound effects, the music. I do all the editing in my brain, but I do not really put that to pause. You know, I think I've touched on this in my previous video, but I did learn that, you know what, the win is in bringing that into fruition. The win is actually really just taking the time to ensure that you actually create that thing, and along the way you really can change whatever it is that you do want to change, but the win is actually in making it happen. I know this sounds so simple, this is probably like very obvious, but guys, I cannot tell you how hard sometimes it is to just take out a video, and how challenging, how scary sometimes it can be to actually move towards creating something the way that you want it to come out. So I think it's a big win when you actually do take it out and it comes out the way that you had initially imagined it to happen. I think the second one is you being able to kind of surpass and overcome whatever hurdle it is that you come across whilst working towards whatever it is that you are creating. So whether it is painting, or whether it is creating content, or maybe you're designing, whatever it is, I do believe that it's a major win if you're able to look past all those hurdles and you really take those moments as moments of innovation, and you use them and you really turn those into moments of an opportunity to innovate, an opportunity to be resourceful, and to find other ways to make things happen. In me creating this video and my other videos, you might find that the phone runs out of space. Oh my goodness, dude, like the phone overheats. Like there's so many things that happen in the interim that delay the process and could also be equally discouraging as you work towards creating your work and really just bringing this idea into fruition, right? But I think it's a major win if you do not allow those to slow you down and you push through either way. The third win is building community from your authentic self. By you just showing up, being you. I think at first sometimes we tend to look at who's doing what, how they're doing it, and we tend to want to emulate that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with really being inspired by other creatives. But I think a major win is just saying, you know what, I just want to show up as me, and I can also be influenced by others, and maybe not influenced, but inspired by other creatives, but I do not want to be them. You know what I mean? You create not to be them, but you take a little bit of something that resonates with you as a creative, and you really push the envelope with that. You just use it as a stepping stone to create even something that speaks to who you are as a creative. And I think it's a major win when you're coming on platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, as you, and you are just unapologetic about who you are. You're unapologetic about the way that you do things. You're, especially within the creative space, right? You are just unapologetic about that, and you use these places as platforms to kind of like a portfolio, you know, to just post your passion projects. Through that, you're able to build just a community around that, a community of people who resonate with who you are authentically. I think that's a major win. Number 4, I think we're on the 4th one, right? Number 4 has to be really being unafraid, being fearless, just being a fearless creative, you know, exploring and playing around with things, mixing things that do not mix together, but really creating something out of that, but just being a fearless creative, you know, because I believe that is the stepping stone to coming up with something really unique and finding your own language and your own signature as a content creator or an artist or a painter, whatever it is that you are. But you are constantly exploring and finding and kind of shredding at the same time, right? The more we explore, the more we also encounter things that are maybe not us and things that we don't enjoy so much. That's where the shredding process begins, because then I know that, man, I've tried that, I really didn't like it, and that's okay. And and you now double down on things that you like doing, things that come easy to you, and things where you feel like you can use this tool or this approach to inspire, to grow creatively, but you never stifling who you are as a creative because you're just trying to follow every trend or everything that people are going for. But you are so determined to really go in your own path, and that path leads you to who you truly are creatively. I think that's a major win. And the last win for sure is also just committing and staying consistent. Consistency can be really difficult sometimes, especially with the amount of things that tend to come our way in life. You know, we never know what happens the next day or the next week or something like that. But even with that, we're able to just get up and be consistent and show up, you know, ready to just grow as who we are creatively, into the people that God has called us to be creatively. And yeah, I don't know, I'm all about creative ministry, guys, and just using creativity to edify, to worship God most importantly, and to also maybe spread his word as well, you know, to just spread his truth, and finding ways to creatively just speak about the goodness of God through my art, my creativity, my life experiences. And I think it's also a major thing to use these and just remain as consistent as possible and look back to the year. I think in December, by God's grace, that my desire is to look back and say, you know what, I was consistent. I think that's a major win, is that I said what I did what I said I was going to do, and I was consistent with that, you know, and it has brought me this far, you know, and I think that's also one of the major wins. So I do hope that this video kind of helps you. So that is just what I wanted to talk about today. I really hope that I can also lead by this, and just not be afraid to just be me, to find who I am creatively, who you are creatively as well, you know. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.